Hello students, today we will be studying a new chapter in English grammar, that is non-finite verbs. Before starting the chapter we have to understand what is a verb. Verb is a word in any sentence which expresses any action being done. Suppose that if I say laugh, go, write, study, walk, smile, eat, do, any type of verb which expresses any action is called verb. We all know it. Now verb can be of two kinds, finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Because the chapter is non-finite verbs, so first of all we should understand what a finite verb is. When we understand about finite verbs, then only we will be able to understand about non-finite verbs. And finite verbs are what? Finite verbs change according to the number, person and tense. Now you can ask, sir, what is number, what is person, what is tense? We all know it. There is no need of confusion any. First of all, what is number? Singular number and plural number. What is person? First person, second person and third person. And what is tense? Present tense, past tense and future tense. Three cases: number, person and tense. Number, person and tense. Number, person and tense. So according to number, person or tense, if the verb is changing, that type of verb is called finite verb. Suppose that if I say write, now you see, if I say he writes a story, now you see, he is the singular number. Number came here, writes, it's a present tense. And person, it is third person. So third person, present tense and singular number, then we added yes. And if the same sentences, if we would have said they write a story, now here you see, they is the plural number and present tense and it is third person. So wherever s is added in singular and s is not added in plural. This is the rule. Subject verb agreement, we have studied it. Where we use singular, we add yes or es. He is singular, we added writes. And if the subject is plural, they is plural, then we don't use writes, we will use write. So because write is the verb which is changing according to the number, person and tense. Write is the verb which is changing according to the number, person and tense. That is why write is a finite verb. But some type of verbs are there which do not change according to the number, person or tense. Suppose that I like painting. See here, I like painting, he likes painting, they like painting. Three sentences are there. See here, I is the singular person, he also is a singular person, and they is the plural person, plural number here. I singular, he singular and they plural. But in all the three cases, यहाँ पर हमने पेंटिंग लगाया, यहाँ भी पेंटिंग लगाया, यहाँ भी पेंटिंग लगाया, we are not changing their form. तो now here painting is the verb which is non-finite verb. Why? Because its form is not changing. But like is the finite verb because its form is changing. See here it is like, here it is likes, s is added, and here again s is not added. So like form is changing, it is finite verb, and painting is the verb which is non-finite verb because in every case painting and painting, same thing is coming, its form is not becoming changed. That is why it is the non-finite verb. Now non-finite verbs, because this is a chapter, so we have to study about its kind. There are three types of non-finite verbs. First is infinitive, second is gerunds, third is participle. Infinitives, we always use to before the verb. To play, to go, to dance, to write, to study. Any verb before which we add to, that is called infinitive. And gerunds and participle, gerunds we use ing form. When ing is added, suppose that here painting, ing is added na, painting, dancing, writing, laughing, any verb in which ing is added and it acts as a noun, that is called gerunds. And in participle also we use ing form. ing form means dancing, learning, d or ed form or en form, this type of form. Suppose that work and its past tense is worked, so participle it will be there. So but ing will be there in both gerunds also and participle also, that we will discuss later. But today we have to discuss about infinitives. What is infinitives? First of all, I told you, if before any verb to is added, that is called infinitive. Now suppose that she came to discuss the lesson. Now here you see to discuss, this is infinitive because to is added before discuss. Suppose that if I say he wanted to paint the portrait, to paint, again to paint is there, so to is added na, here also to is added and here also to is added. So where to is added before the main verb, it acts as an infinitive, and that is why it is the infinitive form. But again infinitives, there is a bare infinitive. This is the plain infinitive, only infinitive this is, to discuss, to paint. But when the infinitive comes without to is not added before the infinitive, that is called bare infinitive. To is not added before the infinitive, that is called bare infinitive, and it always comes with modals. Modals are what? Which conveys the mood of the speaker. Suppose that if I say shall, should, can, could, may, might, will, would, must, ought to, need, these types of words which convey the mood. I should study, I will study, I can study, I may study, I might study. In every sentence the mood is becoming changed. So those words which are used to change the mood, of the verb, those type of words are called modals. So when the infinitive comes with modals, we don't use to. Suppose that if I say you shall accept these terms, means तुमको ये सारी शर्तें मान लेनी चाहिए. You shall accept these terms. अब see here, shall accept, ये infinitive हुआ, it is infinitive. You can ask why sir it is infinitive? Yes, because we cannot change the form of accept. चाहे यहाँ you होता, चाहे यहाँ पर you all होता, तब भी हम कहते you all shall accept these terms. चाहे यहाँ I होता, तब भी हम कहते I shall accept these terms. चाहे he होता तो भी हम कहते he shall accept these terms. चाहे she होता तो भी we should say she shall accept these terms. और अगर चाहे they होता तो भी हम कहते they shall accept these terms. यहाँ पर shall accept ये ना चेंज, ये कभी नहीं चेंज होगा. Its form is not changing. That is why it is infinitive, and because this is infinitive, but to is not added here. I have told you na, in infinitive to is there, to discuss, to paint, but here to is not there. So in those infinitives where to is not there, those types of infinitives are called bare infinitives. Suppose that if I say you must do your homework, now must do, this is again a bare infinitive. चाहे यहाँ पे कुछ भी हम लगा दें, I must do my homework, he must do his homework, she must do her homework. So must do is not changing. Other things can change, but must do will remain same. So that is why it is also an infinitive, and because to is not added, that is why it is bare infinitive. So bare infinitive always comes with modals. The modal auxiliaries, we all know those words which convey about the mood, and those words are will, would, may, might, can, could, shall, should, need, ought to. These types of verbs are called modals, and when these verbs are added, they act as a infinitive, and to is not added, that is why they are bare infinitives. Is that clear? I think it is clear. Now, uses of infinitives. Two types of infinitives are there. First is plain infinitive and other is bare infinitive. Now where we can use the infinitives? First of all, we can use with to and to, TOO and TO2. Using these two words, we can join two sentences. Suppose that if I say one sentence, I said the little girl was very frightened. The little girl was very frightened. और दूसरा सेंटेंस मैंने कहा कि she could not sleep alone. It means कि वो छोटी बच्ची बहुत डरी हुई थी, वो अकेले नहीं सो पाई. Two sentences are there, or we have to add both of them using infinitive. So what we will say, the little girl was too frightened to sleep alone. Now here you see, to sleep infinitive है, and to sleep को हमने to sleep से infinitive बनाया और to से मैंने जोड़ दिया. तो to और to से we can join the sentences. Suppose that if I say the dress was very costly, I could not purchase it. अब इन दोनों को हमको infinitive से जोड़ना है, to और to लगा के, तो I can say the dress was too expensive, the dress was too costly to buy. So to buy, again to buy is an infinitive, और to लगा करके to की सहायता से we added these two sentences using infinitive, to buy. So when infinitives are added, two sentences are added using to and to, and this infinitive is used. So this is the first use. Second use, making sentence compact. Suppose that sentence are very larger and we have to shorten it. Suppose that they were happy when they heard the good news. They were happy when they heard the good news. Sentence is a little bit long ना, कि वो लोग खुश थे जब उन्होंने good news सुनी. अब इसको हम और छोटा कर सकते हैं, इसको compact कर सकते हैं. How? They were happy to hear the good news. हमने ये नहीं कहा when they heard the good news, हमने कहा they were happy to hear the good news. Isn't it? तो sentence को छोटा बनाने के लिए भी we can use the infinitive. Now here to hear ये हो गया infinitive. तो infinitive का हमने इस्तेमाल sentence को कॉम्पैक्ट करने के लिए भी किया, छोटा करने के लिए भी किया, और टू और टू से ज्वाइन करने के लिए भी किया, और वैसे भी हम इसको ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. जैसे मैं कहूँ, मान लीजिए if I said two sentences, he has children, he must protect them from danger. Two sentences are there. He has children, first sentence, और दूसरा he must protect them from danger. उसके पास बच्चे हैं और उसको खतरों से अपने बच्चों को जरूर बचाना चाहिए. Two sentences are there. Now we added both of them. He has children to protect them from danger. Now here to protect, again infinitive. So infinitive का यूज ज्यादातर ज्वाइनिंग सेंटेंसेस, टू लगा के हम ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, सेंटेंस को कॉम्पैक्ट कर सकते हैं, और टू लगा करके दिस पेयर वर्ड्स टू और टू, इनको लगा करके भी we can use infinitive and join the sentences. So this was the first topic that we discussed today, infinitive. Three kinds are there, no? Infinitive, gerunds and participle. So today we discussed only infinitive. This one we have discussed, and this gerunds and participle is to be discussed in the later video. So today we have discussed about infinitive. So you prepare it, and if there is any problem you can write on WhatsApp and call me. Thank you and have a wonderful day.